Have you ever stopped to think about what goes on in your dog's heart when you close the door and leave? Is he waiting for you? Do you miss you the same way you miss his? Maybe he goes to the door, looks at her as if asking, "Where have you gone?" Or maybe he lays on your clothes, just to smell you and feel closer to you. If you love your dog as part of the family, or rather, as part of you, then this video is for you. Today, we're going to discover together the signs that show when your best friend misses you. And who knows, you will be thrilled with what you will discover. But first, tell me here in the comments, what is the name of your dog? What does he do when you're out and about? And most importantly, how much do you really love him? Right from the heart, because here, we understand this love that doesn't need words. Shall we get started? Have you ever wondered what happens in your dog's heart when you leave? When the door closes and he doesn't understand if it's for 5 minutes or for 5 hours. It may seem simple to those who see it from the outside, but inside, in that look that insists on accompanying you until the last second, lives a longing that begins even before the absence. Today, let's dive together into this silent but powerful feeling that only those who love a dog can understand. Dogs don't learn about time in the same way we do. They don't look at the clock, they don't count the minutes, but they do. They feel the emptiness of the environment, the silence without their voice, the absence of their smell in the air. And even if it's just a quick trip to the bakery, for them, it can seem like an eternity. They live in the now, and in the now, you are not there. And that, for them, is needed. Some lie down near the door, as if it brings them closer to you. Others go for something that smells like you, a t-shirt, a shoe, anything that represents your presence. There are also those who stare at a corner of the house, as if waiting for you to emerge from there. These gestures, so simple, are ways of saying, "I miss you." But have we been paying attention to this? Sometimes, the longing for the dog appears in small details that would go unnoticed if we weren't really present. A different bark, a more insistent look, a new behavior, all of these can be his way of trying to tell you that the world is not so complete when you are away. And it's not drama, it's affection, it's connection. It is pure love. And when do you come back? Have you ever noticed that the joy is so intense that he can barely control his body? The tail wags hard, the eyes shine, the breathing accelerates. It's like you're the sun, coming back after days of rain. Every arrival of yours is a celebration. And as much as it was a short time away, for him, it was enough to miss it. That's where the most beautiful truth lies. He feels your absence because he loves you entirely. There are dogs that demonstrate it in more discreet ways. They don't jump, they don't bark, they don't shake. But if you look closely, you will notice that their hearts speak more softly. They lean slowly, ask for a lap with their eyes, lean their heads on your chest as if to say, "Finally, you're back." And that's when we realize silent love is also deep. This longing is not just about physical distance. Sometimes you are at home but away, tired, distracted, immersed in worries. And he realizes, you know when you're not there entirely. And it misses you even when you're on the side. Because he doesn't just want his body. He wants your presence, your affection, your attentive look. He misses your spontaneous laughter, your unhurried touch, the silly conversation you used to have with him in the middle of the afternoon. Because, for him, his every gesture is a link. And when those gestures disappear, even if you're still around, he notices it's as if his heart was in tune with yours and, at the slightest silence of his soul, he already knew. It's at these moments that he slowly approaches, his snout touching your leg, trying to remind you, "Hey, I'm still here." And he doesn't charge, he doesn't demand, he doesn't judge. He just waits. He hopes that you will return to the now, that you notice his company, that you remember the invisible connection that unites the two of you. And even if you don't say anything, he is still by your side, as if to say with his body, "I'm with you," even if you're far away inside you. This silent loyalty is the biggest hug he can give you. It is a pure gesture of love which teaches us to truly be where the heart asks. Therefore, even on the most difficult days, when everything seems cloudy, try to give at least one look, one touch, one real minute of presence, because this is worth more than any toy or reward. Dogs don't want much. They just want you whole, even if only for a moment. They know that life goes by too fast, and that's why, when you're there with a calm heart and your eyes turn to him, his world is complete. Your dog may not know how to say "I miss you," but he shows it in the way he waits for you, in the way he follows you around the house, in the way he snuggles up when you stop for a while. And if you stop to observe, you will see that he knows more about you than you think. He feels your silences, understands your difficult days, realizes when your heart needs company. And even when he misses him, he doesn't complain, he doesn't throw a tantrum, he just waits. Because he trusts. He trusts that you will come back, that you have not forgotten him, that there is still love between you. Such confidence is rare, and it should be more valued. Because in a world full of distractions and haste, having someone who awaits you with love is a gift. Do you remember the first time you left your dog alone? Maybe it was hard for him. Maybe it was hard for you too. And over time, you have become accustomed to this routine. But even so, the feeling is still there. No matter how many times he's alone, he'll always miss you. Because you are part of his universe. Every day away from home is a new weight, a new longing, and each reunion is a renewal of the bond that exists between you. It's beautiful to think that, even if the world outside is busy, even if you have 1,000 tasks, there is someone waiting for you with a heart full of love. A love without charges, without measure, without conditions. And if one day you wonder if you are loved, remember that. Remember that tail wagging, that shining look, that awkward leap of joy. That is love. Love in its most honest form. A love that doesn't need words, doesn't need promises. All you need is presence and time together. Because, for a dog, you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to hide your flaws or fake smiles. He doesn't care if you cried yesterday or looked tired. Today, he loves you just the way you are, with your quirks, your absences, and even your silences. His love doesn't depend on what you do, but on who you are. It's a love that welcomes, warms, and stays even on your worst days. And knowing that there is someone like that, who loves you without any demands, is one of life's greatest gifts. Remember, he misses you even when you don't. He notices when you are distant from yourself and, even so, continues to offer you everything he has: affection, company, loyalty. You can ask yourself 1,000 questions about the world, about love, about the value of your existence. But, for him, none of these doubts make sense. Because for him, you are everything. The center of the universe. The reason for every wag of the tail, of every silent waiting, of every explosive joy. And if that's not true love, what else could it be? When life seems too hard, go back to that moment when he lies next to you just to feel your presence. See how he sighs in relief just knowing that you are there. This is love in the form of calm. It's the kind of love that doesn't require grand gestures, just a heart willing to stay. And perhaps, deep down, all we need most is exactly that. A love that awaits us, that recognizes us even when we are lost, and that never, ever stops believing in us. There are dogs that develop anxiety when they feel the absence for a long time. They can destroy objects, bark nonstop, cry, not out of malice, but because the lack of you messes up their world. These are behaviors that require attention, care, patience. They are ways of saying, I don't know how to deal with your absence yet. Others become more introspective. They sleep more, they are quieter, more distant, and this is often confused with laziness or age. But it may just be accumulated nostalgia. It may be his way of protecting himself, of calming down, of waiting for you to return with silent hope. And how beautiful it is to think that there is someone who loves you so much, that even the absence hurts, who misses your voice, your touch, your energy. It's a kind of love that we don't find easily out there. So take care, be present, reserve moments, because time passes and they don't stay forever. Dogs have an incredible ability to live with intensity. Every moment with you is lived with all my heart. They do not spare affection, they don't hold grudges, they forgive easily, they love it very much, and that's why they feel it so much. When you leave, it's as if a piece of their day is suspended, waiting for the right time to shine again. If you've felt that your dog is needier, quieter, or more agitated when you go out, listen to it with affection. Maybe he's missing you more than ever, and what he needs, most of the time, is not a new toy or snack. It's time with you. I of a long affection at the end of the day. Many people believe that dogs don't understand feelings, but those who love one know that this is not true. They not only understand, but they live emotions with a purity that we have often lost. And when they miss it, this emotion overflows through the look, the body, the behavior. They feel everything, including the lack you make. If you're going through a difficult time, know that your dog is feeling it too. He may not understand the details, but he notices your energy. And many times, he tries to console you the way he knows how. Leaning on the side, staying silent with you, offering you company even when you don't ask. This is also love. So the next time you leave the house, look into his eyes, say you'll be back soon. Do this little ritual of connection. It may seem little, but for him, it means a lot. And when you come back, even if you're tired, set aside a little time for this reunion. Even if it's just a long hug, it feeds his heart. And yours too. Before I go, I want to make you a very special invitation. If this message touched your heart in any way, tell me here in the comments. How is your relationship with your dog? Does he miss you when you leave? How does he greet you when you return? I really want to know your story, because each story carries a little piece of this true love that we share with these four-legged angels. If you also believe that dog love is one of the purest forms of affection that exists, write in the comments, I love dogs. Right from the heart, because these words strengthen a chain of affection, hope and gratitude for these companions who make our lives much lighter, even on the most difficult days. And of course, if this message brought you comfort, tenderness, or a smile, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to continue receiving content like this, made with a lot of love. Share this video with someone who needs a word of affection today. Sometimes, It is in a simple story that we find exactly what the heart needed to hear.